Alright fam, good morning. It is the 7th of November. It's right now 7:26 a.m. and today is going to be a very exciting day because me and my brother, we will run for charity. It's going to be a 56-kilometer charity run, and we have never run longer than the marathon before. So right now it's almost 3 weeks after the marathon that happened in Amsterdam. My body feels completely recovered. I feel great, but this run is something different. It's like nothing compared to a marathon. It is something that I've never done before. So I'm super curious how my body's also going to accumulate to the run itself. The weather is going to be fantastic. So with all that being said, we will run with a group of around, I guess around 10, 12 people maybe. And that is going to be from here where we live in Almelo to Apeldoorn, which is 56 kilometers. So with all that being said, we're going to prepare right now, and in about 2.5 hours, we'll head off to the starting line. Alright, so what we have for breakfast is the exact same as what we had for marathon. It's 2 pieces of sourdough. We add some jam on it with 1 banana. This is actually 1.5 banana. Cinnamon on top of it, and to basically top it off as well, of course, around 3-4 tablespoons of honey. So this is gonna, of course, fuel me up. I'm gonna have some supplements before as well. 1 gel, and also we're gonna take around 8 to 9 gels during the race.
Mensen, we gaan! Let's go! Alright guys, 3 kilometers to go. 51 already in the pocket. This is something, of course, I've never done before. My legs, very, very heavy to be honest. But yeah, you know, in terms of endurance, I feel great. But this is definitely something completely different than a normal marathon. It's like 13, 14 kilometers longer. And the one thing that I notice right now, very heavy legs, but endurance feel great. So 3 kilometers to go, let's get it. And after that, we have deserved a great meal. So let's get it, guys.
Alright guys, so it is Saturday right now. It's a new day. It's one day after the ultra marathon, the 54K charity run. And I quickly and briefly want to elaborate on what happened yesterday and everything that I've experienced. Because to be very honest, I've never ran more than 42 kilometers. About 3 weeks ago, I was basically running my marathon in Amsterdam. And honestly, I'm super grateful for, of course, how I recovered. So I was able to run yesterday the 54 kilometer like on a very easy pace. But what I figured for these types of like runs or races is that it's something completely different, even though it's maybe like 12, 13 kilometers longer than the marathon itself. It is a completely different experience. I had, of course, no time goal. It was with a group of people where we started with 12 people and we ended up with 3. It was me, my brother, and the person, of course, who took the initiative to host this for charity. So what I felt throughout the entire run was just joy. It is something completely different than what I've experienced during the marathon, where I just, of course, had a time goal, where I was very focused on the run itself. And to be very honest, not enjoying that much what happened around me. So this like introduction kind of what me makes to like just run more kind of ultras in the future. I don't know what is going to happen yet, but I believe what happened right now is something that is not the end yet. I'm super excited to see what's coming up in the next few months and years, how I will approach my training, how I will basically change my training a little bit. But everything that happened yesterday showed me once again that running in a group, right, is something that gives me a lot of energy, a lot of joy, and something that I genuinely want to approach more Also with the run club that we host here in Almelo, but also for races right now. So this is what I've learned from it, what I will right now apply basically for the future as well. And I'm just super grateful as well to have met new people, and I'm super excited to see what is coming up over the next few months. Alright fam, good morning. It's the 11th of November and yesterday I received this package from my manufacturer for Kaizen Athletes. In here we have the second batch of our samples for 1% endurance. This is what we are going to test before we head off for the morning run, and we are of course going to also directly provide feedback to the manufacturer to get closer to launch day with 1% endurance. So let's open it up. Alright, we right now have here in our hands 3 extra servings of 1% endurance, and this of course, as you can see, is the exact formula that we will be using as of right now for our 1% endurance formula, which is of course the intent of carbs, so energy and hydration. Look, why we created this product is because we've seen, like me, myself, and also many endurance athletes, they suffer from stomach discomfort. Before a race or before a training, it is just going to rack up our stomach as soon as we are going to consume a lot of like whole foods or supplements with lower quality carb sources. So to prevent this issue, we have created this product with the intent of solving the stomach discomfort through 100% natural ingredients and providing basically stomach friendly fuel that you can trust on your runs and during your trainings to basically prevent all of that together. So the intent is to stop worrying about the stomach discomfort and start focusing on our training. Alright fam, so after the first batch that I received before the marathon that happened 3 weeks ago, this is the optimized sample and prototype, as you can see, which is 1 serving of 34 grams, including fuel plus hydration in literally 1 serving. So most endurance athletes, we suffer a lot from stomach discomfort during training or during races, and that is also the intent why we created this, to solve that problem specifically. We do that with Kaizen Athletes, specifically with 1% endurance, to provide 100% natural ingredients from the highest quality carb sources. In this case, we do it in the form of cluster dextrin. This has a very high molecular weight, and that basically means that as soon as I consume this right now, that it goes from my stomach to my intestines really, really fast. That of course prevents all the stomach discomfort, all the bloating, and all the things that you don't want, especially not for your trainings or races. So with all that being said, this will stop and basically prevent us from worrying about that stomach discomfort, so we can focus on our training, improve the training, and with that as well, when we fuel properly, also optimize our recovery. Alright, so what is exactly inside this prototype? Of course, with 34 grams, we provide 120 calories, and that of course stems out from the 29 grams of carbohydrates, which is the main intent, by providing that through cluster dextrin. So with that, we also have 390 milligrams of sodium. So the intent with this formula is of course to provide the fuel and hydration that we need during our runs in order to perform well and afterwards recover basically the best way possible. So the color itself looks like a little bit brown right now. To be honest, I want to have it more transparent, but the color itself of course is going to occur from the ingredients that are inside, because there are no additives, nothing that has basically been added to get, let's say, a good flavor or a better like color, as you can see. So it's completely natural, which is exactly of course what we prefer. But right now, of course, the most important thing as well, besides of course that the product is going to work, is the taste, right? The taste itself is unflavored. So the feedback that I got from the manufacturer after they tested it was, first of all, you need to shake it well, because it could be there are going to be a little bit of clumps or like some sort of like other parts still in there if you shake it. That's almost dissolved right now, still a little bit, but I would like to just give it a try to see what the taste is going to look like. Alright, the taste itself is completely natural. To be very honest, I quite like it. I'm just not a very big advocate of having too much flavor in there, even though it might taste really good. The flavor fatigue, when it basically steps in, is very hard to then consume when you're going mid-run or even before a run. I like to just have it completely flavorless, and even though it might not look like the best, the taste itself is completely natural. You can basically look like it as water with some sort of like salt, because that's of course derived from the pink Himalayan sea salt. It is not bad at all, to be honest. Not the best, but in my opinion, from what it needs to do, right, the performance itself, it looks really good. So right now we're gonna go out for that run and see how it will perform as well with my stomach.
Alright, so let's talk about why 1% endurance has been created, how it has been created, and the benefits of it for endurance training. So when I got introduced to running and I started to prepare myself for my first marathon, which was 18 months ago, I basically found a big hurdle on my journey to improve my endurance performance, which was stomach discomfort during my training. So luckily I realized the importance and I noticed the benefits of endurance fueling before and during my trainings. But what I felt was the supplements that I tried, they left me completely bloated and gassing and basically with stomach discomfort mid-session. While the whole foods that I consumed, when I consumed too much, which I needed for like the bigger workouts, they left me very sluggish and feel very heavy. Maybe you've also experienced that, but that's what I've realized. So eventually I realized that I was not alone in this, because there were countless of endurance athletes who basically faced the same issues, preventing them from realizing their potential during training and also during races. That's why 1% endurance has been created, to solve real problems for serious endurance athletes, especially to solve the stomach discomfort and to make you perform at your best during training and during races.